Hey, what's up? We're here with Renaldo Gouws to look at the VAT hike being scrapped. Let's hear what that's about.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on how we won't be having a VAT increase on the 1st of May 2025. And now all political parties are trying to claim victory, especially ASA, ActionSA, BOSA, the ANC, which ironically are the ones that proposed the 2% VAT increase. Now they are happy and celebrating that they caused a 0% VAT increase. It just doesn't make sense. So just to illustrate how absurd it is, you can see here, ActionSA is celebrating, saying this victory is for you, South Africa. We said there would be no VAT increase and we delivered on our promise. As ActionSA, we will continue to fight to ensure that you, South Africans, are protected from unnecessary tax hikes. Breaking news, no VAT increase, just as promised, ActionSA. No, it's actually not because of ActionSA. Because if you look, the ANC, on the 17th of April, the finance minister said VAT to increase on the 1st of May as he files court papers. Now, court papers, you might ask. Well, the reason that the finance minister had to go to court is because the DA and the EFF launched a court case against the finance minister and against Treasury because they believe that the standing committee in which the VAT increase was discussed and how they would work on a process to not increase VAT, how that completely failed. And in that court, you can actually hear one of the judges say that what ActionSA proposed in that standing committee was absolutely ludicrous. And if you don't believe me, we can have a look right here and listen to what the judge has to say.
It was pushed through to Parliament. There was no intention to engage with the 30 days. So at least on the face of it appears that ActionSA naively thought that its strict condition was going to get even the most basic time of day. It was never anybody's intention. The purpose, which was simply to force it through. And if you look at the record, the chairperson of when Mr. Molefe says it's 7:47, what are we adopting? Because the report has changed so many times and we haven't seen the report. The chair says, let's proceed. And he wants an adoption. Then when the letters, the same day when the political parties contact the secretary of the committees and say this doesn't reflect what we've discussed, the letters are then sent to the speaker. It's literally pushed through. And what's quite extraordinary is that it didn't have to be. You could have, if the process, the speaker, your client, could have slowed the whole process down and said, let's make sure we're all on board. We've got a report. This is an issue of national importance to every single person in the country.
That's right. You heard it there from the horse's mouth, saying that that standing committee recommendation was null and void because nobody knew in actual fact what they were voting on. But ActionSA proclaimed this massive victory along with BOSA, and all of them came out and said, we prevented it. But here you can hear the court actually saying, no, if that had to be voted on, that would have not been procedural and that committee outcome would not have held water. And it's because of that the following took place. So as you can see here, this morning, ANC and DA finalizing out-of-court settlement on VAT hike. Finance Minister sent proposals to the DA ahead of implementation of VAT hike on May 1st. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has proposed an out-of-court settlement with the DA that would see the contentious 0.5 percentage point VAT hike terminated. This is ahead of their handing down of the judgment in the court case brought by the DA and EFF to have the VAT hike interdicted. The judgment is scheduled to be handed down on April 29th, which is 2 days before the implementation of the VAT hike. So that won't go ahead anymore because the ANC and the DA, and I'm assuming the EFF, have come to an out-of-court settlement. So the reason that VAT is not increasing on the 1st of May is because of the outcome of this court case and the out-of-court settlement, not because of the committee meeting a couple of weeks ago in which they wanted to pass this and wanted to allow this to continue. So with that, let me go over to this morning's press conference in which the ANC, along with ASA, Good, the IFP, PA, and BOSA and other parties, they want to now proclaim victory, saying that they were the ones that prevented this VAT increase. But if you actually just listen to what is being said, you can clearly see that it's a blatant lie, and I'll show you why.
It is now formally confirmed that the proposed increase in value-added tax, VAT, initially tabled in the March budget, will not proceed. This outcome is a product of...
Did you hear that? She said that the increase that were proposed, meaning that document that they voted on that came from the committee, they voted on that, and now they're saying that VAT is not going to increase. That is because of the court judgment.
Sustained, lawful, and transparent engagement reflecting the constitutional supremacy of Parliament as the final authority on public finances.
No, it was the court that decided that.
Importantly, this outcome did not arise from expedience, nor as a concession to pressure or populism, but from a shared commitment across party lines that the working class and the poor and all our people cannot be further burdened in this economic climate. It is.
Did you hear that? I want you to listen to that very carefully again, because I'm about to play you something.
But from a shared commitment across party lines,
here we go,
that the working class and the poor and all our people cannot be further burdened in this economic climate.
Sorry. So according to her, the working class and the poor can't be burdened more, and they acting like they are the ones that prevented it. Ironically, the ANC wanted a 2% VAT increase, and then they eventually got dragged to court, and they were told, no, this is not going to work. So then they decided for an out-of-court settlement. But just back to the point, you could hear this individual saying that, you know, they were fighting for the working class and they didn't want to, increase VAT. But if you look at this video, and remember, this is important, when they voted in Parliament on this item, it included the 0.5% VAT increase. There was no information in that outcome that said that they needed to negotiate not for VAT to increase. And listen to how the outcome of that was embraced by these parties that are saying that the working class shouldn't be burdened more. Listen to this.
Honourable members, the outcome of the division is as follows. There were no abstentions, 182 voted against, and 194 voted in favour. Order, honourable members.
So everybody that you're singing and dancing here is pretty much everybody besides the MK, the DA, and the EFF, because all the other political parties supported this, as you can see from the way that they're singing and dancing.
Order, honourable members. Honourable member. Honourable member. Honourable members.
High-fiving each other, going crazy.
Order. Honourable members. Honourable members. Honourable members.
And this is where they
take up your seats.
This is where they're telling the DA must get out of the GNU. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can clearly see, it was not ActionSA, the ANC, BOSA, PA, IFP, and all the other parties that now proclaim that they are the ones that decreased or made no VAT increase. In actual fact, it was the court case brought by the DA and the EFF that caused and forced Parliament to settle outside of court, and especially the finance minister to settle outside of court to not increase VAT. So ASA and BOSA and all these other political parties are going to try and proclaim success and that they caused it, when in actual fact you could hear from the judge and you could hear from the outcome here that in actual fact that was never going to happen. So when ASA and all these other political parties want to tell you that they caused the VAT to not be increased, they're blatantly lying to you. And I hope that everybody can see this for what it is. It's just ActionSA being desperate, BOSA being desperate, the PA being desperate, the ANC being desperate, and wanting to hide the fact that the court outcome is the ones that actually decided that. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button. Please be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, peace out. Smash that like button on my video and make sure to subscribe. And I'll be seeing you in the next one.